Hey everyone, what is up? Happy Monday. My name is Brittany and I am a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and I primarily resell gently used to new clothing for men, women, and for kids, and with the occasional hard good or stuff that we're purging because we are aspiring minimalists. So I'm currently working about 15 to 20 hours a week with my resale business, but I'm slowly working my way up towards about 25 to 30 hours a week, and I will be documenting that journey here. But I am not going all 40 hours a week because my husband and I actually just created our own company. It's called Tyga Clothing Co., and we just launched on Etsy on Friday, and it is a clothing and gear company that is based on minimalism, functionality, and it is inspired by nature and our personal world travels. So if you're interested, I will leave the link down below and you can go check us out. All right, so for today's video, you probably know from the title already and from this crazy work here, but we are taking pictures today. I'm gonna show you how I take my pictures for my current part-time working towards a full-time reselling business on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark. So I have my lights on. It's really hot in here. I need to put a fan on really. So in the month of April, I've sourced a lot online. I wanted to really take that time to invest in a lot of good items so that way I would have work to do for the next few months. And that I do, especially with all that B&G stuff, and I got a whole bunch of lots from a bunch of different people. So today I will be showing you how I picture 10 different items, and these items came from Not So Mystery Boxes from Daniela, who is one of the hosts over at Thrifters Villa podcast, and she's just phenomenal. Her and Lori have done so well with that. I've learned so much from them, so shout out to them from this little YouTube channel. So that is what I have finally gotten to today. I've gone through all the B&G and then a few other online sourcing trips. So I'm finally to her Not So Mystery Boxes. So that is what we are going over today. Okie doke. We are down on the floor, so you know what that means. Probably flat lays. You would be correct. So the way that I do my photos, I probably take longer than what I should compared to other people. However, I kind of do the work up front so that way I don't have to do it later. By that I mean I do flat lays and I do hanging pictures. That flat lays are because some items just look better to me, in my opinion, flat laid. So those are usually jeans, sweaters, jackets, just for whatever reason they look better to me when I lay them out all pretty. And then shirts, I will take a picture of them laying down primarily because I take pictures of the measurements. So I measure pit to pit for the chest, and then I measure usually from like the highest point down to the bottom for the length. So with shirts and blouses, I do that. Sometimes they look okay being a flat lay, but I usually will go and hang them up. So I will set aside a different pile for what needs to be hung up for my pictures. So without further ado, let me show you how I initially do my flat lays. And real quick, so this is kind of what my setup looks like. I have two lights for my flat lays and for my hanging pictures. And I don't normally have the bin there, but it's usually set off to the side there, and then I pull from it as I do my pictures. And then I have another bin off to the side where I put them as I'm done, and I will just lay them down. And so I actually use my Canon G7X. So I primarily use my Canon G7X for my pictures just because they're just crisp and cleaner to me. And if I use my phone, well, I'm recording on my phone for one, but two, I get distracted and I don't need to be distracted when I'm working. So it's better for me to take them on here, and then I can just take out that little SD card and plug it in my computer and do a batch upload, a quick little batch edit, which I'll show you later in the video, and we're good to go. So the items that I typically need to use is a measuring tape, a lint roller, some little scissors, my handy dandy Wonderland for getting any pilling off. Okie doke, so this is how I do my pictures. Well, let's see, you can't really see the bins. And so the first one was this Free People size small, really cute pink fuzzy sweater. All right. So that is how I would generally take my picture. All right, so that is just kind of generally how I'll do my flat lays. I lay them out, I kind of make the arms a little bit styled, and there we go. I'll show you real close. All right, so that is how the item looked from standing up. So I usually just use my auto setting. and I try to just align it real quick and then wait till it goes green. And then I got my picture. So once I get my first picture done, then I measure. So let's see how I do that. I will just measure pit to pit, center it over, and I got my picture. So that way I never really have to keep up with little pieces of paper. I tried doing that, but this is just the easiest thing for me because once I go into my pictures, and I'll show you here in a little bit, but I start with my first picture. So I start with the first front picture, and then everything in between is related to that item, and then the last picture is the back image. So I will definitely show you that in just a little bit. Take my picture, and then I will do all the up close stuff, so like the tag, the size, the material if I have it, and if it's new, it tags. So I always take pictures of that because it helps me with finding style numbers later. And then I'll just flip it and reposition the sleeves. Take our picture. All right, and that was it. So that was it for the flat lays. Usually for sweaters, I'm gonna leave it just like that. If I can find a stock photo, then I will grab a stock photo. But to me, sweaters look better on the ground when they're styled like that. So I'm probably not going to do a hanging picture for this one. All right, so the next one, I wanted to show you kind of how I do my bottoms. So we got Free People, size 28, just some cute button fly shorts. They're yellow, perfect for summer. I will just lay them down, just like anything else. And then I will measure the waist, just laying flat, and I do mention that in my description. Take a picture. Shorts I will usually do my overall length, but any sort of pants I just purely do the inseam. But for shorts I'll do the full length and then the inseam, and then I can usually calculate the rise from that. Overall length, and then the inseam is basically that crotch inseam to the bottom. All right, and then, well, we'll just measure the rise, because I usually measure the rise for any sort of bottoms, because that is a very, very common question that I personally get asked. So this just kind of alleviates it, so I don't have to keep going back into my bins and taking pictures, one-off little things when I'm busy. So all right, so these have like about a 9-inch rise, so that's about a mid-rise. We'll take a picture of the tag. Let's see what else. I'll usually check it out to see if we have any other information, which we do. 100% cotton. How to care for the item. I don't see anything else. I think the style number on Free People is right up here in the top left corner, and then we'll take a picture of the back. And that's it, we're done for these. So, and these, I never ever take pictures of pants hanging up because there's just, I don't know, no point for it for me. Okie doke, so that is how I usually do a top and a bottom, and then I will go through a few more of these time-lapsed and then head on over to my hanging pictures. I might end up just taking a hanging picture of that pink sweater just to show you how I do it, and I just do it on the back of my door. I know it's not the prettiest, but it works, right? So I've also already inspected all of these clothes, so I know that they're good, but if it's something that I haven't thoroughly looked over, I will look over underneath all these lights because it picks up all of your imperfections. All right, so let's cue the time lapse.
There is nothing like feeling young and free. Gonna leave it all behind, all behind. Time goes nothing like feeling young and free. Gonna leave it all behind. There is nothing like feeling young and free. Gonna leave it all behind, all behind. Time goes by so fast. Time goes by so fast. There is nothing like feeling young and free. Gonna leave it all behind.
Okay, got the lights rearranged. Now we're just gonna do our quick hanging pictures with the top. So we're gonna do that real quick. Alright, that is it for my flat lays and then my hanging pictures for my tops and blouses. So now we are going to a little SD card and throw it into the computer. And by doing that, we'll be able to do a quick batch upload because I do all of my listing from either my laptop or my desktop as well. If we need to adjust the brightness, then we'll be able to do that all together in one foul swoop. All right, so let's go head over there and see how I upload my pictures and edit them ready for listing. All right, you guys, so we moved over to the computer so we can get our SD card, get the pictures up online. So there's my SD card, and then I have, because my desktop doesn't have it's not a flash drive, but an SD card reader, I had to purchase this, which is really handy. And then it just goes in like such, and then you can just plug it in. So we got it up. Let's click on our camera. So I also use that flash drive because it has, I think 128 gigabytes on it. So I also use it just to keep up with all of my pictures that I am listing from once I get them edited, expense spreadsheet, and my YouTube description, because I cannot come up with that on a whim. All right, so let's see. So that was today. Let's go ahead and go in here. These are all my pictures that I still need to list. This is just a bunch of stuff that we purged from just things that we haven't used for a while. So these are pictures that I still need to do, but because I basically do it in bulk. Sometimes, I don't know why, I will accidentally take a picture. So I'm just gonna delete that. So let's go ahead and do our 10 pictures. So we'll cut them out. So I'll just kind of highlight them. Let's see, where did I stop? I did some work earlier before this video, so that's what those pictures are. All right, so I'm gonna cut those and we're just gonna make a new folder to make it easy for you. All right, we'll just say, what is today? May 18th. For YouTube video. All right, so we'll paste our pictures in there. All right, so now they are in there. I usually just like to view it by the large icon so I know what I'm working with, but you can kind of see how it's a little dim, right? So I use a free program called Photoscape, which I have already pulled up here. And this is their latest version, so it's black. It used to be white. The latest version is Photoscape X. It's completely free. I love it. It just makes my life easier. So I just go into where I have my SD card, and I made that new folder earlier like you saw. I double click it, and then I'm able to see all my pictures. But I want, so this is the editor. So you would just grab one picture and drop it in. But I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go over to batch. And I'm going to highlight all of these bad boys all the way to the top, and then I'm gonna pull them, drop them in, and then this is already set on what I want to do. So you can see behind the scenes of my pictures. It's not looking the best, but that gets fixed when I'm doing my Vendu stuff. So my presets are already on here, so I use color and I just brighten it up a little bit with 25, and then I also deepen it up just to bring in a little bit more shadow into it with a 10. So if I didn't have that on, you'll see what the actual picture looks like. There you go. So I had it on 25, my deepen of 10, so you can barely tell. But it just helps to give it a more professional look. Right? All right, so then we'll save it all, and it just puts a batch right before it, and it'll go in the same folder. I click OK, and it is editing all my pictures for me. Bada bing, bada boom, makes it super easy for when I need to go and do my listings. I do a lot of bulk pictures and bulk listings because that's just what I end up doing. Sometimes I try to list every day and that just doesn't happen. That's not reality sometimes. So some days I can do a whole lot more and some days I can only do 3 or 4. This, because I only had 10 items, about 5 to 6 pictures for each one, maybe 5 minutes. And so usually I'll just pull up Vendu and get everything situated to use these pictures. So that is how I get my pictures. So once these are completely done, I will put them into Vendu or for each individual platform. Stay tuned for my next video on Thursday, and I will show you how to list these pictures. So thank you again for watching today's video. I hope it was helpful. I am sure I missed something or forgot to say something. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. So hopefully you learned 1 or 2 things, just kind of my process and how I get to the pictures that I'm able to take. It's not the most glamorous part of reselling, but it gets the job done. They're good, clean, crisp background, and I can get it done pretty quick. By doing it this way, by doing both the flat lays and the hanging pictures and photographing my measurements and my size and my material content, I am preventing doing all that other work at random times whenever I have interested buyers and I might be in the middle of something or I might have other obligations to do. So this just helps to prevent all of your future problems. So that's why this is just the process that I've been able to come up with over my 1 full official year of reselling. So hopefully you found it helpful. If you were wondering where I got my lights, where I got my ring light, which is what you're using, I think you saw it in the background of one of my clips, but my camera, my SD card reader, I will leave all of that down below if you're interested. I'm gonna try and figure out how to do an Amazon affiliate link. Just we'll see. People say it's pretty easy to do, so we'll see about that. If I'm able to do that, then maybe I'll do another video on how you can get it set up too. So, and the way that it works, so I've heard I gotta get it set up, is if you click the link and you purchase that product or anything else within a certain amount of time, maybe 24 hours if you purchase on Amazon, then I just get a kickback, so a few cents for everything you buy through my link, which is really great, which could really help you out too as a reseller. So if I can get that figured out, it'll be down below, and then let me know if you're interested in a video on how I figured it out if you need help too. And if you enjoyed today's video, please, please, please give me a thumbs up, hit it, smash it, touch it, do whatever you want to it. It will help me out so much because that's just the way the YouTube algorithm works. The more you like, the more you comment, the more my helpful information gets spread to other people, and that is my main goal here. I want to help as many beginner resellers, or even people that are like me and they're into it for a year or two and just want to see how other people do it. I want to help as many people as I can because I think we can all win together. I don't feel like there's any need for competition because we all live in different places. We all have different things, different niches that we're trying to resell, and we can all just learn together. So anyways, if you appreciate that, then feel free to subscribe. I will be putting out new videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'm sure if I get a wild hair, I might throw up an extra video for a week. So subscribe and you'll be able to find out when those videos do go live. All right, so that's it for today's video. I will see you guys on Thursday so I can show you how I do my listings. All right, take care, bye.